Alright, hello guys and welcome back to another video. So, really wasn't expecting to have to come on here and talk about something serious after yesterday's video, but it looks like we're here again talking about something kind of serious. And I never thought I was going to have to cover RubenSim again because I did cover him back in 2021. Now, just for the people who are not aware on who RubenSim is or what he does, he is essentially a Roblox YouTuber who is known for exposing degenerates and predators on the Roblox platform. And I covered a situation regarding RubenSim and Roblox back in 2021, and I made two videos regarding his lawsuit that he received from Roblox. The reason why he received this lawsuit, just a little refresher here, is because allegedly he shut down RDC in October of 2021, on top of many other things, including apparently he is the leader of a cyber mob that with malice, fraud, and oppression commits and encourages unlawful acts designed to injure Roblox and its users. Now, I can tell you right now, that's just two of the things that were initially included within the lawsuit. I mean, there were also other things that were mentioned, but a lot of the stuff in the lawsuit was false. But due to Roblox being the huge corporation that it is, RubenSim ultimately settled with Roblox, in which RubenSim was no longer allowed to play Roblox. He was issued $150,000 in fines, and RubenSim has also agreed to not make, publish, or republish false threats of terrorist activity relating to Roblox. Now, in this situation, RubenSim was definitely wronged, and a lot of people were defending him. A lot of people were making videos in support of RubenSim. People like Moist Critical, Some Ordinary Gamers, Precraft, just to name a few. And ever since this whole situation happened, I feel like RubenSim and his content have been going downhill. And today we're going to be talking about one instance that has been going on as of recently that has not really been the greatest look for RubenSim, and a lot of people, specifically furries, are not really too happy with him. And as much as I don't want to say this because I'm not the biggest fan of furries myself, I think RubenSim in this situation is very much wrong, and I will explain in a hot second, and I can see why these people are angry at him. Now, when it comes down to the situation, I don't know how you can make yourself look worse than furries. I know, it's crazy, right? Like in recent months, since I follow Ruben on Twitter, I've seen him constantly going after furries, and furries just like in specific. Like, that's all I've really seen from him. It's like, I'm totally fine with you holding the opinion on, oh, furries are weird, they're disgusting, I just can't stand them, blah blah blah, have your opinion on them. But when it comes down to what RubenSim is doing, like at this point he's just taking it way too far to the point that he's falsely accusing just random furries out there of being degenerates and zoophiles. And in some cases he assumes that because they're a furry, and because a study was done at a furry convention where there were like 455 people doing the study, due to 96% of the males saying yes and 78% of the females saying yes in terms of whether or not they view furry pornography, he essentially took that statistic from that one study that was done at a convention with, once again, around 450 something people. And what he said in his video that is now taken down by YouTube is that this percentage of males, 96% saying yes, and females, 78% saying yes, in terms of viewing furry pornography, is a statistic that relates to the whole community as a whole.
Fun fact about furries: according to a pro-furry research group, 95% of them consume furry porn. That's not just 9 out of 10, that's 19 out of 20.
And I mean, realistically, when you think about it, not everyone in the furry community, and I swear, just going through this video, it just sounds so cancer, but not everyone in the furry community watches furry porn. Like, I know it might be hard to believe that not everybody in the furry community likes furry porn like you would think they would, or say that most of them do, but we're not taking into account if like there's somebody out there who doesn't like being a furry purely because they have a sexual attraction to animals or fursuits. You know, what if there's somebody out there who is a furry, but the reason why why they do it is because they like the community, they like the fursuit, maybe they find it as a way to express themselves, which I mean, if you ask me, not really a huge fan of that, but who am I to hate on them if that's all they're doing? Like, as long as it doesn't affect me and as long as they're not doing weird zoophile type shit, then who am I to care? That's just how I see it. Of course, I'm not going to agree with it, but I'm also not going to like falsely accuse most of the community of being zoophiles and being into furry porn. But it looks like not everybody has the stance that I have, and some people like Ruben Sim believe that pretty much the whole furry community is full of people who get off to furry porn or are zoophiles. Now, don't get me wrong, there probably are a lot of zoophiles and probably a lot of people who do watch the furry porn in there within that community, but you can't go all bad faith and pull up a study that was done in 2013 where there were around like 450 people in that study and try to misrepresent that information to make it look like pretty much all of the community is into furry porn and degenerate behavior. Like, unless Ruben Sim didn't read through the whole study before putting it into his video, he would have came across the fact that this was a study done with 450 people in it and not around the 300,000 or more that are in the furry community. And I'm guessing he probably did this because of his hatred towards furries. And I think any normal, rational thinking human being would be able to realize that this was most likely done in bad faith, let alone that this is not the only thing that happened. The second reported thing that happened was apparently also in his video. He showed an iceberg with a whole bunch of different profile pictures of some of them being known zoophiles, like as you guys can see right here. I would like to say that this person is a well-known zoophile. They go by the name of Hypnotist Sappho. Hopefully I said that right. Never said that name in my life, and I'm happy I didn't have to say it until now. But yeah, essentially, if you look up their name on YouTube, you can see a whole bunch of videos documenting them and exposing their degenerative behavior. And it's safe to say that without a doubt, this person right here is a zoophile. Like 100% confirmed. There's evidence backing it. And I will say that because I've seen the evidence when taking a look at some of these other videos that have exposed this person. Now, the problem here, and I don't know everybody who was placed on this iceberg here, but there are some furries that were put on here who were falsely accused and put right next to zoophiles, like confirmed 100% zoophiles. And when Ruben Sim is doing shit like this, it essentially makes them look like they're a zoophile. Because I found this tweet that was on Twitter. It has 27,000 likes on it. And it says, Ruben Sim called me a zoophile for being a furry in his latest video. Fuck you, dude. Now, this right here is not the only instance of somebody who is innocent, who happens to be a furry, who was included right here, and essentially made out to be a zoophile when they're not. There also happened to be somebody else that I have learned who was put on this iceberg, somebody who was innocent, who actually passed away in 2013. They were a furry, yes, of course, but where is said evidence to prove that this person was really a zoophile? If you want to do some research, you can go look up this guy's name. His furry name was Lemonade Coyote, and his real name is Timothy C. McCormick. And as of all the research that I have done, I have not found a single piece of evidence that has suggested to me that this guy is a zoophile in any way. And while doing this research, I found this on Kiwi Farms from Ruben Sim himself. And it looks like it was a reply in which somebody said, a furry is pretty mad that Ruben Sim added a furry who was dead, whose dead had a very big impact on the furry fandom. Furries are now trying to nitpick just to defend their pedophile and zoophile fetish. Now, I don't even have to tell you why this is wrong. Just assuming that, oh, just because somebody's a furry, they're a zoophile is just some brain dead logic at the end of the day. Because like we discussed earlier, just because you're into the furry fandom and whatnot doesn't necessarily mean you like animals and you're some sort of zoophile or something. But anyways, moving on, Ruben responds, and this was on Monday at 9:42 a.m. And he said, when I put that graphic together, I just looked up a few furry names that I associated with weird kinks, and Lemon Coyote was chosen because I'm pretty sure he had a piss fetish, hence the name. I had no idea he died, which is why I ended up blurring it. Now, I mean, if you're gonna do this and you're gonna search up like furries that might have kinks or whatever for weird things like piss, I mean, I'll be honest here, I don't care if you have a piss fetish. You can have that. Just keep it away from me. I don't want to hear about it. You do that in your free time as long as you're not hurting anybody or being a zoophile or whatever. As long as you're having a consensual relationship with another human that is of age, totally fine with it. You can be into that stuff. I don't care. I don't see why that should be enough to put this guy who is dead, died in 2013, next to at least one confirmed zoophile. The funny part about that segment in the video is that I never directly imply that those people are zoophiles. The graphic is meant to show the separation between 5% of furries that don't consume furry porn. And by the way, that's flawed because, you know, what he went off of for his video was like 450 people who participated in a study back from 2013. Like, this is not the whole community or of all the furries in the world in the furry community or in that subreddit. No, once again, that's out of 450 something people, and the rest of the community does. I mean, you don't know that for sure because you went off of a study that had 450 people out of the whole community who participated in the study. All I said was that they furiously deny that their habits amount to zoophilia, and that was enough to alert the furry horde. Blue Wolf made a tweet about it that got 25,000 likes, and people in the replies are telling him to sue me, lol. Well, okay, the problem with the iceberg part of your video and showing those people who there is literally no evidence of them engaging in zoophilia, putting these people in the same image next to other confirmed zoophiles who have like the worst reputations ever is not necessarily the best look, let alone that you make videos exposing like the most degenerate people ever and furries for being zoophiles. So if I'm just somebody who constantly watches your videos since you're always exposing like some degenerative behavior, including zoophiles and stuff like that, I'm literally going to assume by looking at that as a viewer that, oh, these are all bad people that we see on the screen right here. Like, maybe you didn't mean for that to represent these people in a bad light like how it did, but you always got to remember that your audience isn't always the smartest and they could take something totally different from the way that you actually meant it. Now, based off of these two situations and regarding this video and that Kiwi Farms post, it really looks like the best research wasn't done for this video, and this definitely is going to hurt Ruben Sim's credibility. But before I end the video, Ruben Sim responded with an apology, and this is what he had to say. I would like to extend a formal and sincere apology to the furry community. Recently, I uploaded a YouTube video mentioning furries who consume furry porn in the context of zoophilia. I've since educated myself and learned that the proper scientific term is anthropomorphozoophilia. Big ass word right there. Again, I would like to apologize to the furry community and the long ass word again within it, about 95% of them, for not making this important distinction. So I guess that's what he had to say for his apology. You can agree with it, you can disagree with it, you can think he actually meant it, you can think he didn't mean it, and that he was being sarcastic. But as far as it goes for this video, he definitely did not have all of his facts right, and he definitely was wrong. Now, I don't know exactly what happened in every single part of his video, as it was taken down by either YouTube or himself, but from what I have seen and that whole study that was going down, he definitely was wrong in what he said about the furry community. Now, I just want to make it clear before I wrap up the video here, I'm not a furry, I don't like furries, I frankly, I wouldn't say I hate them, but I have a strong dislike towards them, but I'm not going to go out here and just falsely accuse a furry without evidence of being a zoophile or a predator or something like that. Like, you always have to have your facts straight, and that was the whole point of this video, because realistically, but yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I know it was a pretty weird situation today and something weird to talk about. I felt really weird recording this video. I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyways. If you guys happen to enjoy the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so the video gets promoted more in the algorithm so more people will see this. Thank you guys so much for being a member to the channel. Your support really means the world to me, and I really do appreciate it. My name is Brion, and I will see you in my next video. Peace!